At Citi Field in New York, the New York Mets play the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, you know, Flushing at this time of year is a two-sport venue. Got the tennis center. Lots of tennis going on. Early rounds, you know, you can wander around, watch all sorts of matches going on with small crowds, get a great front row seat. But then when that's over, come over where the real game is. Come on. And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Citi Field. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling with you tonight as the Mets play the middle game of their three-game series against the Dodgers. The Mets got some bad news right before the game tonight. 22-year-old Brett Baty's regular season is done after 11 games. He has a torn ligament in his right thumb. This is how he did it on Sunday. Dove for this ball. His right hand got curled under him, and you see the thumb getting twisted underneath. Torn ulnar collateral ligament in that right thumb will put him out for the rest of the regular season. So the question then becomes, how do the Mets cover for his absence? They had been platooning him with Eduardo Escobar at third base. Luis Guillorme still probably a week to 10 days away from returning from a groin injury.
Well, they're about to tomorrow be able to expand the roster by 2. My feeling is Escobar is your third baseman. I know he's had a tough year. He's been in stretch runs before. He's a veteran. He's been in postseason. When you always go to the whip, you go with your veterans. The team really needs Guillorme back, and that's probably 10 days away, and then you can start mixing and matching. But right now, you go to Escobar.
For the moment, Baty's roster spot is being taken by speedster Terrence Gore, who's got a lot of postseason experience, most of it running the bases. Meanwhile, Jacob deGrom goes to the mound for the Mets tonight. 7 years ago, Jake beat the Dodgers twice in a postseason series, but he's never beaten them in the regular season.
Remarkable. Game 1 and more importantly, Game 5 of that series. He's come out of the blocks hot, 46 strikeouts and 2 walks, but the Dodgers have put a hurting on good pitching all season long. 2 weeks ago, Alcantara and Burns went through the Dodger lineup, and they got knocked out early.
Tyler Anderson is a journeyman left-hander who's having the year of his life for L.A.
Has not given up a home run his last 51 in the third innings. It's win day when he pitches. Dodgers are 18-4 in his 22 starts.
Mets try to get even in the series as they send deGrom to the mound against the Dodgers. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Visit SNY.TV/New York Lottery to enter the Mets bullpen jackpot promotion for your chance to win $10,000 or more. Tonight's total is $35,000. By Spectrum, switch and save with Spectrum Mobile. Nationwide 5G included. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com. And by Toyota, the Toyota National Sales Event is on. Stop by today. Toyota, let's go places. And by Citi. For each home run at Citi Field, Citi will donate $2,000 to No Kid Hungry. It's the Mets and Dodgers deGrom night at Citi Field. All the action coming up on SNY. And Hero Champ, there's magic whenever they eat together. It's a lot of steam. By CarShield, CarShield cars go farther. And by Hyundai, to learn about Hyundai's advanced technology and award-winning safety, visit buyhyundai.com. Feel like we're lost in a fog. On Fridays at Citi Field, the Mets will wear black jerseys, and you can too. Starting at $25, you can get a ticket and a black replica David Wright jersey, not pictured there. Scan the QR code on your screen to secure yours now. That would be Max Scherzer and his black jersey. Coors Light beating the pressure. Lowest whip, that's walks and hits per innings pitched in a 20-start span. Not only does Jacob deGrom currently have the lowest ever, he has it by such an enormous margin. Look at that. Santana, Arrieta, Walter Johnson, for goodness sakes. Clayton Kershaw and deGrom head and shoulders over all of them over his last 20 starts. Can he keep it going tonight? How deep can he go into the game tonight? Can he go beyond the 6 2/3 that he's topped out at? All those details to follow. First pitch is coming up. Retired his first 13 batters his last time out against Colorado. Dodgers have their lineup stacked. Justin Turner, and Will Smith, who sat last night, are both in there. That moves Cody Bellinger, a former MVP, down to the 9-hole. I mean, how deep a lineup could you ask for?
It's the embarrassment of riches lineup.
Beautiful night. Humidity is down. Temperature around 80. Perfect night for baseball or anything else. Buckle up. Mookie Betts leads off. First pitch by DeGrom. A fastball for a strike at 101 miles an hour, and we're underway.
See the total numbers. The 46 and 2 I can't get over. Strikeouts 46, walks only a pair.
Betts fouls off the fastball. So DeGrom, whose fastball velocity was down a little bit in his last start, dialing it up over 100 on his first 2.
Lexus Mets infield defense. Nito back behind the plate. Talked about Escobar in the open. He's going to be playing for a lot of third base until Guillorme comes back.
Betts gets one in the air to left field. Canha should have room, drifting back. And that's the first out of the night. So 2 fastballs to Betts, and then DeGrom throws a slider, and Betts flies out for the first out.
Well, the slider is we're going to pay close attention. It's a big out pitch for Jacob, as you know, and his fastball and his changeup, which he sprinkles in. But that slider was set up with the 2 fastballs going after Betts early.
There's Trey Turner, who took a rare 0 for 5 last night, and he takes a fastball outside. The Dodgers are a devastating offensive team against fastballs, not so much against breaking balls. And that fastball off the corner, 2-0. They lead the world in OPS against fastballs, 18th against breaking balls, yet they don't chase a lot.
Well, that's the caveat. Will they chase the slider of DeGrom tonight? That's the whole story.
And there's the good slider that has Turner chasing on 2-0.
Turner last night, and we've seen him over the years. He's one of the best players in the game. But you can establish in on him and get him to chase after a breaking ball like that.
I mean, we've seen the Nationals. We've seen the Rockies. We've seen other teams chase that slider. Will this Dodger team with 90 wins, will they chase it consistently?
Team that leads the National League in walks. And Turner will take a walk. So he laid off a couple of sliders there and draws a 1-out walk, only the 3rd given up by DeGrom against 46 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Freddie Freeman with a man on. And it's Keith Spotlight at bat.
Well, we're going to do this because Freddie has 63 career at bats against Jacob, 15 for 63, 238 batting average with 3 home runs. So we're going to see how Jacob's going to attack him.
Freddie 1 for 4 last night, had that soft double against Joely Rodriguez that led to the go-ahead run for LA.
Very interesting there that the less fastballs to Freddie, more cutters, sliders, and more changeups.
And he starts him off with a fastball and beats him 0-1.
And I had a conversation with Freddie in winter of 2018 when he won his Gold Glove. And I handed out the award to him in New York. And that's when Syndergaard was running hot. And I asked him about both DeGrom and Syndergaard. He goes, I don't mind facing Syndergaard, Keith. He said, DeGrom is a chore. And I said, why? He goes, because he can pitch me up an inning. He's got that cutter. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So those are things Freddie's going in. He's very much aware of.
3 on the right side against Freeman. Turner at first, 21 steals on the year. And Freeman fouls off the fastball, so 2 straight fastballs from DeGrom, and it's 0-2.
2 fastballs away, and Freddie's shaking his head because he missed the pitch to hit.
So, absolutely, he had 2 pitches to hit this at bat, fastball. If I'm up against Jacob on the left hand here, if I get in the fastball, I'm going to get it. I don't want to hit his slider.
Will Smith on deck. That slide changeup sails high, and it's 1-2. Freeman with 3 career home runs against DeGrom. Only one other player has that many, and that's Giancarlo Stanton, who has 4. against DeGrom. Freeman starts the night second in the National League in batting, leading the league in hits. Down in the count 1-2 against DeGrom.
Looks like a high fastball.
Turner runs, swung and missed. Toward a second by Nido on a hop. Not in time. So Freeman strikes out on the high fastball. Turner steals second. His 22nd of the year, 2 out.
Perfect pitch right to the glove. And he put something extra on that, Ronnie.
Honestly, a perfect pitch for Nido to throw out Turner, but he bounced it there, and that bounce allowed Turner to steal the base.
Turner, who led the league in stolen bases last year, also won the batting championship last season. He's in scoring position with 2 out for Will Smith. Smith came off the bench last night, went 0 for 1. And he takes a fastball in the corner, 0-1. How good has DeGrom been over his first 5 starts? In those 5 starts, the opposition has had 7 at-bats with runners in scoring position. 7 in 5 starts.
It's absurd.
He's got one here in the first inning tonight. And a foul tip on the fastball, and it's 0-2. Early on, Jake has thrown a lot more fastballs than he did early in the game against Colorado.
Well, we see a lot of hitters today. Will Smith is one of them that put that back foot as far back in the box as they can. And he's got his feet close together, which is unusual. Hands out over the plate.
And that just missed upstairs. Nestor Ceja, the young home plate umpire, called it a ball.
We've seen this with DeGrom before, Gary. Here's a team we've documented doesn't hit or slug against the breaking ball as well as they do against the fastball. A pitcher who's been throwing a lot of sliders, he stays ahead of the curve. A lot of fastballs in the first.
10 of 15 so far, and then he goes with the slider and misses, and it's 2-2 to Smith, who leads all major league catchers in RBIs. He's driven in 75 runs this year. Max Muncy, who's DHing tonight, batting 5th in the order on deck. Turner with his great speed at second with 2 down. And Smith goes after the slider for strike 3. DeGrom strikes out Freeman and Smith back to back to get around a walk in the first inning. Between innings, Buck Showalter was out giving an earful to the first base umpire, Nick Lentz. Not quite sure what that was all about, but it got a little animated. There's your Geico starting lineup for the Mets. Nido behind the plate, otherwise the same lineup as last night against another left-hander, Canha, who homered last night, red hot. And the Mets will try and figure out Tyler Anderson, who they never figured out in L.A. back in June. Through 6 scoreless innings in that start.
Well, there we got the funkadelic motion, Ron.
Yeah, he does. He has like almost a double leg kick, like he's starting a motorcycle. But it's his changeup you really have to worry about. The league's hitting 164 off that pitch.
He would be a guy that I would not like. I never like guys with herky-jerky motions.
Nimmo had 2 hits against the left-hander Heaney last night. He dribbles this one slowly. Freeman with a quick toss to the pitcher, and they get Nimmo at first. Nicely done by Freeman and Anderson for the first out.
That is good work right there. That's a difficult play for a pitcher, Ron.
Well, considering how it started for the pitcher last night for the Dodgers, this is a clinic on how to tag the bag as a left-hander, scrape that foot against the bag, and make the play. The hustle is a great part you like from Anderson there.
Well, he realized from the get-go he wasn't going to get to the ball, so now he has to get to the bag. And Freddie Freeman wisely, alertly got the ball to him as quickly as possible.
Ronnie, you see so many lefties fall off toward third, which makes it hard for them to get over. Anderson's in great fielding position.
Great fielding position. Almost falls off to the first base side because of that changeup and the way his fastball moves.
And Starling Marte, who hit his 15th home run last night, that was against the lefty Heaney. And he takes sinker for a strike.
89 miles an hour, folks. So he is not a hard thrower by any stretch of the imagination.
Doesn't throw it hard, but it doesn't come back at him hard either. He has one of the lowest average exit velocities of any pitcher in baseball.
He's a very, very canny left-hander. Would he be successful if he was a right-hander? You know, left-handers with the dip-de-doo.
And
look
he
at that.
strikes out Marte with the changeup, and that's the second out.
Okay, the Volkswagen Dodger defense. You can see Justin Turner back at third base. We'll keep an eye on how they shifted yesterday. The Dodgers really shifted a lot in yesterday's game. Gallo in left field, just recently joining the Dodgers. You got 3 former Gold Glovers out there, and you can see the shift right now on Lindor because you got a change-up pitcher.
Well, last night it was because Heaney threw so much inside they shifted against all the right.
Precisely. And they're going to play the shift against right-hand hitters because the changeup is a pitch the right-hander hitter is more inclined to pull.
Lindor was on base 3 times last night. And he hits one through the vacated space and into right center. Well, he had a base hit to right field batting right-handed last night. And this time hitting it right where the second baseman normally would play. And he has a base hit that way.
It's always a good sign when you're going through a little lull and to go the other way. Usually you're out in front, start going the other way until you find your rhythm again. So that's a good sign that Lindor's ready to pop out of his, I don't want to say slump, but I guess I just said it.
Well, you don't want him to pop out because that would prolong the slump, but he might break out. Here's Alonso. Pete had a rough night last night against the high fastballs from Andrew Heaney. He struck out 3 times in an 0-for-4 night.
Entirely different style of pitcher than Heaney. Heaney, sneaky fastball, just poured up and in gas to Pete the first 3 at bats and struck out 3 times. This is a pitcher that doesn't have a sneaky fastball. He's a guy that changes speeds, great changeup.
Throws a lot of cutters to the righties. Fastball up and away, and it's 2-0.
And you noticed right off the get-go right there, the catcher behind the plate with Will Smith set up inside, wanted that fastball up and in.
Vern Ruff would be next. Tyler Anderson started out with the Rockies, Giants, Pirates, Seattle. Never had much success until this year. And that changeup in for a strike, 2-1. His ERA for his career before this season was 4.62 over 6 years. This year, 2.69. It's like an entirely different guy.
Skewed a bit because he pitched a lot in Colorado. But a first-round pick that everyone thought many moons ago was going to be a star in this league, the Dodgers have turned him into one.
Came out of the University of Oregon. I mean, even with the Coors Field factor, what is especially noticeable is the home run rate. For his career, his home run rate was 1.4 per 9 innings. This year, it's 0.6. So he's keeping the ball in the ballpark.
And this is a guy that didn't even start in the rotation. It wasn't until Heaney hurt himself, shoulder inflammation, that he got into the rotation.
Well, he and Gonsolin both.
Yep.
I mean, both having incredible years. They've won 30 games between them. Up and away to Alonso, and he holds the swing 3-2.
So 3 fastballs were called inside by Will Smith, and he has Anderson missed. He got him up, but didn't get him inside. He got him out over the plate. So he hasn't really zoned in on that inside corner with that pitch. But it's already showing me they're going to go back to the well on Pete inside.
Lindor gets set to run. Alonso gets one in the air to left field. Off the end of the bat to Gallo. And that retires the side. A hit and 1 left after 1, no score. June, the Mets got the early lead on a mistake by Andrew Heaney, but he was really good the rest of the way. Gavin Lux's hit put the Dodgers in front. Mets came back with a couple of long balls from Starling Marte and Mark Canha to tie the game. But in the crucials, it was that guy Lux again with a big hit against Joely Rodriguez to put the Dodgers in front to stay, and Jake Reed made it stand up for his first big league save against the team that let him go earlier this year.
Yep. Funny how that works.
Max Muncy leads off in the second against Jacob deGrom and takes curveball for a strike, 0-1. Muncy 0 for 4 last night. He played third base last night, DHing tonight. And despite that very low batting average, he has really been swinging the bat well lately. He's had a good month of August. And the fastball on the inside edge, and it's 0-2.
That was firm. Muncy didn't even react in real time before that ball was by him.
Justin Turner on deck, then Gavin Lux against deGrom in the second. And he bounces a changeup, and it's 1-2. You know, the Dodgers have a 19.5 game lead, and with their win last night, their magic number is 14 for clinching the National League West, and it's not even September.
No, it's a rout.
Once he gets under one to right, and Marte drifts over. 1 out.
You have to be careful with Muncy.
Yes.
Right now he's red hot and he's really quick inside.
He had a good swing on that. He got under it. He threw his bat down a little bit there. He figured he just missed it, got under it.
So now Justin Turner. Justin's now 37 years old. Not playing quite every day anymore. He's always had trouble against deGrom, his old teammate.
Yeah, I'll say 2 for 22. Jeez.
All I'll say about Justin Turner is 4 years with the Mets, 265, 8 home runs. 9 years with the Dodgers, 295, 152 home runs.
Yep.
He's had himself quite a career.
Sure has.
And the fastball off the plate, 1-1.
It was his teammate Marlon Byrd that started him on his transformation.
And it was a thorough transformation. Got him that lift. Out to right center. Nimmo back in the gap with Marte, and it's Marte at the edge of the track to make the catch. Looked like he was shying at the last moment, worried about Nimmo coming.
Nimmo's done it a couple of times. That's why.
It's very rare that Marte has called off Nimmo. Oh.
Oh.
No.
Is it alien life force?
I knew there was UFOs. I knew it.
See that 1.95 ERA since 2018. Second on that list is Justin Verlander at 2.37. So almost half a run game hard. It's yeah.
War of the Worlds. That was a heck of a movie. It still stands the test of time. Gene Barry.
First pitch slider, and Lux went around, 0-1. It was Chris Bassett, his rotation mate, who first referred to deGrom as an alien, leading to our truck putting together the artwork. Nicely done. Lux had the big bat last night, drove in 3 of the 4 Dodger runs. And he takes changeup down, and it's 1-1.
See more fastballs and more changeups so far in this game than we've seen deGrom in any of his other starts.
A little more respectful to the lineup.
Driven out to left field, chasing Canna back, and he makes the catch. Nicely done by Canna, retreating on a well-hit opposite field drive by Lux. So 3 fly balls, 3 outs for deGrom in the second. Helped out by a nice play by Canna to finish it off. No score in the second at Citi Field. Darren Ruff leads off in the home second, takes inside from Tyler Anderson. Ruff 1 for 3 last night. Snapped an 0 for 17 stretch in his last at bat.
Ruff's base hit was to right center field.
He takes a cutter for a strike, and it's 1-1. Ruff has a home run in 6 career at bats against Tyler Anderson. Ruff, Canna, and McNeil for the Mets in the second. How does the that little leg pump of Anderson's compare to Clayton Kershaw's hesitation that we'll see tomorrow?
Well, Clayton Kershaw hovers that foot. And I was describing Tyler Anderson. It's almost like he's kick-starting a motorcycle. There's a difference there, but Kershaw just hovers it. He kicks it.
To Hopper for Justin Turner.
Oh.
And low throw, but Freddie handles it.
He's got gold over there.
One out Marcana coming up tonight. City Community Home Runs fan of the game is Steven from Kenmore, Washington. There's a lot of appliances there. Go to sny.tv/CHR to enter. Good luck, Steven. Are we big in the Pacific Northwest?
I don't know. Should we play the population game again? Or is Keith going to have someone tweet him the population?
Kenmore
right
sounds like a Seattle suburb.
Yeah, okay.
What do you
You think so? You know,
20,000.
Could be out in the east, out there in the high plains.
Near Gonzaga. Here's Marcana. Hottest thing the Mets have going right now,
Yeah,
including a home run last night.
He's turned it on in the stretch run here. Got a fastball upstairs off the facing there. Oh, actually hit the first row in that second tank.
Last 14 games hitting .386 with 12 extra base hits in that stretch, and it takes the backdoor cutter for a strike, and it's 1-1. The on-base percentage has been there all year for Mark, but the extra base hit production has just gone through the roof the last few weeks. And check swing tapper right back to Anderson. Fooled on the changeup, and they're 2 out.
And that's what a pitcher like Anderson can do to hitters.
It's almost like he slows down your bat at times because of the assortment of pitches.
Ronnie, there was a prevalent theory in baseball that still persists.
Yeah.
That velocity is king and strikeouts matter more than anything else. But you look at a guy like Anderson, whom the Dodgers have been able to turn into a soft contact machine, and it makes you question the need for everybody to be a strikeout
Precisely.
guy.
Well, I think today's game, Gary, with so much velocity, these guys should have the best opportunity they've ever had because they give a completely different look to these guys that are facing 99 every day.
Absolutely.
Jeff McNeil having himself an historic month of August.
Now, when you watch his motion, watch his right leg, okay? He raises it, he drops it. Then he kicks it down again. So it's almost a double leg kick before he comes to the plate.
That is very bizarre.
You know how strong you have to be to keep that balance to do that?
It's a lot of Pilates.
Exactly.
Jeff McNeil in August has 42 hits and 15 extra base hits. He's only the third player in Mets history to have an August with at least 40 hits and 15 extra base hits. John Olerud did it in '98. Jose Reyes did it in 2006. And now McNeil in August of 2022. And that's rolled over down to Freeman. Anderson over to cover, and he has a very easy 1-2-3 inning. Threw just 10 pitches to get 3 ground balls. No score after 2. Dog Days of Summer presented by the Farmers Dog. Mets 3 up on the Braves with 32 to play, including tonight. Braves are up 2-0 on the Rockies on an Austin Riley 2-run homer in the first inning. Joey Gallo leads off the third against Jacob deGrom and rolls one down to first. Alonso makes the play to deGrom, 1 out. So 1 pitch and 1 retired for deGrom, who struck out 2 in the first inning, but his last 4 outs have all come on balls put into play. It seems so weird.
They're trying not to get behind the 8 ball and have him get on a roll where next thing you know has struck out 4, 5, 6 in a row.
Well, you talked about, and you showed the graphic about their prowess, their OPS against the fastball. So a lot of it's first ball fastball hitting, and they were doing it last night. And I'm talking about the Dodgers, of course.
Cody Bellinger takes a fastball for a strike. Bellinger 0 for 4 last night. Imagine MVP hitting 9th in the order. And check swing, that foul tips off the bat and into the glove of Nido, and it's 0-2.
Problem is, he's been a different player since that MVP season.
Right, and there were 2 other MVPs in the lineup. Betts and Freeman. And the quick work made of Gallo by DeGrom. That's his 3rd strikeout.
Jeez. 1, 2, 3. Go sit down.
Fastball away, fastball up, slider down and in.
So Bellinger down on 3 pitches, and there are 2 out.
There's the grip. To me, he seems to be holding it a little tighter than he usually does. I wonder why that is. The break hasn't changed. It seems a little softer, a little less velocity than we've seen in the past. That might be something he's using against just this Dodger team.
Didn't like the baseball. Got a new one. Faces Mookie Betts, who flied out to left field on a slider his first time up. And he takes a fastball on the outside edge.
He's been darting that fastball on the outside corner of the right-handers pretty effectively.
I mean, we've talked about this so much with Jake over the last few years. He basically owns the glove side of the plate.
Yes, he does. And what do you get from the hitting coach for the Dodgers before this game started? DeGrom is slider heavy right now. No, he's not.
Not in this game. 0-2 to Betts. And he comes upstairs with a fastball, and he didn't swing. 1-2. One-two coming to Betts, and the slider, the fastball just off the plate, and it's 2-2.
All right, calm down.
No, they're supposed to cheer. 24 seam fastball so far.
That's a big change for DeGrom. And he goes after Betts with a slider and strikes him out to end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for DeGrom. He's got 4 Ks through 3. Jake continues to dominate, changing his pattern. No score. Eduardo Escobar leads off the home third against Tyler Anderson and takes a strike. Escobar had 2 hits last night. We missed the news earlier. Brett Beatty suffered a torn ligament in his right thumb. He's going to have surgery tomorrow. He will miss undoubtedly the rest of the regular season. Rolled slowly on the left side, and Turner charging. And Trey throws out Escobar after a little hesitation. So Escobar for the moment is the third baseman. Now Luis Guillorme is coming back from a groin injury. He's been out on the field the last few days. He's probably going to start a rehab assignment on Sunday. So you figure it's at least a week to 10 days before Guillorme's back.
Is it fair to say Guillorme and Escobar were in the platoon before he got hurt, right?
Just as Escobar and Beatty have been since Guillorme got hurt and they called up Beatty.
The Mets have really missed Guillorme. He's one of those tenacious hitters that gives you those tough at bats.
There's Tomas Nido. Well, the other thing about it is with the Mets putting Beatty on the injured list today and calling up the speedy outfielder Terrence Gore, they don't have a backup infielder tonight, which means if anybody were to get hurt, you'd probably end up with Marcano playing third base again, as he did once earlier this year. Nido slams one out to right, and back goes Betts. He'll have room to make the catch going away, 2 out. Now, tomorrow, the rosters expand from 26 to 28. The Mets are expected to bring up a pitcher and a position player. And does this change the equation at all? Does it give a chance to Mark Vientos maybe to get called up? I mean, Vientos is known more for his bat than for his glove, but he has played third base.
Well, I think it opens it up for anybody. I think that's what they'll be going over tonight. Do you take a young guy who's had a real solid year in the minor leagues and expose him to a pennant race.
You know what I'm for? I'm for a third catcher. And you read the article in the paper today. Buck was questioned why he did not pinch hit for McCann earlier in the game with Vogelbach, and he said, I would have had to pinch run for Vogelbach. I had to use 2 players. I had Nito on the bench. My only backup had to use him, and I would have only had, but pretty much wasted my bench. So I feel that I think a third catcher might. I've always liked having a third catcher.
Well, then you also have the fact that Vogelbach and Naquin have cooled down, and you've got left-handed bats available in AAA that you could call up. That's lined the other way by Nimmo, and he's got another hit against a lefty. 2 of them last night, another one tonight. And that's a 2-out single.
Nice hitting, Brandon. And here would be a nice situation. Oh, here's the look at the base hit again. Looks like a slider.
Yeah, a little cutter, I think, Keith, on the outside part.
He just stays right with it. A little flat, horizontal slider. And Nimmo on top of the plate is going to be able to cover that outside corner.
You know, Gary, I've been singing the praises with you of Daniel Palka since spring training. He's a pro, had some big years in Chicago for the White Sox. I know he's not on the roster, but he's done everything you can do in AAA this season.
And, of course, there's also Dom Smith.
That's right.
So there are a lot of options. And remember, they don't have to call up a pitcher and a position player. They can't call up 2 pitchers because you're going to be limited to 14 pitchers in September, but they could call up 2 position players and stick with 13 pitchers. That is an option. Marte struck out his first time up, and he flies one to deep center field. Back goes Bellinger to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Starling Marte strikes again. His 2nd straight night with a home run. A 2-run shot from Marte to put the Mets up 2-0 in the 3rd. Now, he's been the best answer all year for the Mets against left-handed pitching. 7 of his 16 home runs now against lefties, and it's 2-0 New York.
He looked very bad in his first at-bat strikeout. And this ball's over the middle. The changeup, RJ, I think it was.
Yeah.
Went right with it, made the adjustment.
It was just like the Lindor hit the right. It was a changeup, but it was up. There's a big difference.
Well, we talked about how Anderson had been suppressing the home run this year, but Marte gets him. And Mets Home Run Made City will donate $2,000 to No Kid Hungry to help fight childhood hunger. Now more than ever, kids across America need our help. Lindor fouls back a fastball, and it's 1-1.
Love the 2-out rally, don't you?
Those are the first runs the Mets have scored against Tyler Anderson. He went 6 scoreless against the Mets in L.A. Held them in check for the first 2 tonight. Got the first 2 outs here in the 3rd, but then Nimmo with a base hit, and Marte takes him deep. And the cutter runs on the inside corner, and it's 1-2.
Home plate umpire Nestor Ceja so far has a nice pitcher zone.
Consistent with it. Well, we've seen more umpires call high strikes this year.
Change up in the dirt, 2-2. Well, it works for the pitchers because they're throwing more pitches up in the zone than ever.
When I see anything done universally by all the umpires in the league, that's because an edict has been sent down that this is what we're doing. So you're either in or you're out. Semi-out. You can't really be out as an umpire.
Well, you can get a low rating.
That's right.
Lindor pulls one through the hole, a base hit. So he got change up that time and yanked it through the hole, and Lindor's got hits in back-to-back at-bats. In fact, going back to last night after an 0 for 20, he's now 3 for his last 3.
Good pitch, too. Change up down. Stayed back. Let go with one hand.
The Mets are starting to do some damage against that changeup of Anderson, even a good one. Makes you think that maybe they have a better idea maybe when he's going to throw it. Maybe count, maybe tipping.
It's Alonso. We got a change up and flight out to left his first time up. It's only the 11th home run Anderson's allowed this year and only his second in the last 53 innings. That's how big that home run was by Marte.
He's got a good move. It would make sense with all the dipsy doodle he's got with his legs going to the plate. So beware.
One pick off this year. Opposing base stealers are 4 out of 5 with Anderson on the mound. Right side completely open for Alonso. And the lines run the other way for a base hit. So he takes advantage of that open right side. And the Mets have 4 straight 2-out hits.
Fastball, first pitch hitting. Wanted to come up and in, but he didn't get it in there. Look at the catcher set up way in. Look where the ball is, inner half. Pete went out and got it.
Other than the hit to Lindor, all of these pitchers have been up in the strike zone.
Well, Anderson, first time around the batting order, retired 8 of 9, got 5 ground ball outs, but now 4 straight hits after 2 out in the third. A chance for Darren Ruff with a slow ground ball to third that Turner threw him out on. And Ruff takes a cutter for a strike, 0-1. Aaron Ruff has yet to hit his first home run as a Met. His last 2 home runs for the Pirates, for the Giants, both came against the Dodgers. Both of them against lefties. One against Alex Vesia and one of them against Clayton Kershaw. It was back in late July before the trade. Ruff's now playing in his 16th game for the Mets. And he pops this one up to shallow right. Out goes Lux, and in comes Betts to make the catch, and that retires the side. But Starling Marte's 2-run homer gives Jacob deGrom a lead to work with. 2-0 Mets. The championship banners have been relocated on the right field roof. We just went up there on this homestand after we had the Honey I Shrunk the banners for one homestand.
Very nice. See the SNY, the app signs perfectly.
Here's Trey Turner leading off the 4th. He's been the only man to reach against Jacob deGrom. He walked and stole second in the first inning. deGrom has struck out 4 and not allowed a hit over the first 3, and now he's got the lead for the first time. And Trey takes one on the corner for a strike, 1-1. So deGrom has retired the leadoff hitter in all 3 innings in this game. He's now faced 33 batters leading off innings this year. 1 has reached base. Let me say that again. 33 innings that he's pitched this year. The leadoff batter has reached once out of 33 with 18 strikeouts. Trey flies one toward the right field line. A long run for Marte. Right to the stripe, and he makes the catch. And then does a little dance step to avoid hitting the low fence. He is so deft. It was a foul ball, and he caught it right before getting to the barrier.
Long way to run here. He's got it all the way.
It's such a dangerous spot.
It is.
Right at that corner.
Yep.
I mean, you're worried about guys when they go there, but not Marte, who.
Freeman grounds one into the shift. Lindor to his left, sweeps it up. 2 out.
So he threw Freddie the first at bat. Fastballs. Remember, got ahead of him 0-2 with fastballs and then struck him out with a fastball. Here started him off with a slider down and in. Got him to ground out.
So DeGrom's retired 10 in a row since the Trey Turner walk in the first inning. And now here's Will Smith, who struck out his first time up. And those are his first 9 outs. Normally we see a lot more of the low and in, the glove side pitch, but a lot more up in the zone tonight.
I think he just wanted to come in against this powerful team and establish fastball dominance first.
I agree, Ron.
0-2 pitch to Smith. And he just missed with the slider.
Pretty impressive take right there by young Will Smith.
One-two coming. And he struck him out. Stayed with the slider. Got the swing and miss from Smith for the second time. 11 in a row retired by DeGrom. He's fanned 5 through 4 hitless innings. 2-0 New York. Enjoy the show wherever you are with the MLB app, with coverage of in-game highlights, pitch-by-pitch features, select live broadcast coverage, and more. You won't miss a beat. Download the MLB app today. Just like Keith. People still coming in. Traffic is just brutal around here with the Open. We recommend mass transit.
It's always been that way when you share it with the U.S. Open.
Mark Canha hit a comebacker his first time up. And he hits Tyler Anderson's first pitch in the air to shallow center. Bellinger coming on. One hands it. One pitch. One out. Jeff McNeil coming up. Hey, Steve Gelbs is here tonight. Steve.
Hey, Gar. Good to see you guys. Good job so far, by the way. I've really enjoyed the broadcast.
I hope it's been really relaxing for you.
It's been great. I figured I'd chime in now, though. What are we, in the 4th inning?
You're not really our demographic, but go ahead.
So, we're 5 months into the season now. It's Eric Chavez's first season as hitting coach. We thought it would be a really good time to talk to him about what he's learned about his hitters. Each guy is so unique. What are their flaws? What are the things they do so well, both on the field in terms of their swing, mentally, and all of that. So I spent a lot of time, had a really extensive conversation with Chavez the other day, and the first guy I talked about was Jeff McNeil, who clearly Chavez is in awe of what McNeil is able to do. He said McNeil has the best bat-to-ball skills I have ever seen in all my days in baseball. And what makes his swing really unique is he doesn't get bat-to-ball right there, and you can tell how annoyed McNeil is. What he said makes his swing so unique is that obviously the upper body plays such a big role. His ability to manipulate the bat head is what makes him special. But when he gets out of whack, it's because of his lower half. The rare times where McNeil is not going well, he has a noticeable hip slide as he grounds out to first here for the second out of the inning. And what that hip slide causes is the bat head to drop, and you start to see McNeil fouling out off baseballs. And what Chavez said about that is that it's so interesting because you can basically tell immediately when McNeil is off his game, because if he is fouling off pitches at all, his mechanics are not right. When his mechanics are right, his bat-to-ball skills are so good that if he swings, he is going to barrel up the baseball. And that's what he's seen so far with Jeff McNeil.
Very unhappy Jeff McNeil right now. He's pitched pretty tough that at bat there when he dropped sidearm on him.
Sidearm and threw one fastball right in on his hands.
By the way, we also just noticed that McNeil has put his hands back together after several days of keeping his hands split because he was protecting his thumb. So he's back to
he's back,
more normal grip.
Interesting terminology, Steve, that mentioned from Eric Chavez. What's it called? It hip glide.
Hip slide.
Slide, which to me means he tends to want to run to first base Remember, he has that issue a couple years ago where he was like Ichiro and running too much to first base. And I think that's what it means. And then his bat lags behind. He's been staying back this year.
I think you're 100% right, Keith. And, the other thing, and we've talked a little bit about this as well, but the other observation that Chavez made is about the mental side of the game with McNeil this year, that last season was a true learning experience for him, that he came into spring training and knew exactly what he wanted to do. He basically told the hitting coaches, hey, last year I tinkered too much, I watched too much video, I tried too many new things, and with McNeil, simple is better. And so this year he's tried to watch far less video, not do too much with his swing. McNeil told me he only takes about 15 swings in the cage before each game. Not think too much, just go up there, see the ball, and hit the ball.
Back to basics. I agree. You can think yourself right out of a game, out of an at bat, or out of 4 at bats.
See, I told you he's not watching much video this year.
Well, after a couple of 3-1s, he's he's back in the Netflix queue.
He's talking to himself.
That's driven toward the gap in left center. Cutting across is Gallo. He'll have to watch it go off the base of the wall. Escobar racing for second. Gallo's got a great arm, but Escobar gets there safely with a 2-out double. Interesting, the pitch before, Anderson dropped down sidearm against a right-hand batter, which you don't see much. Came back over the top, and Escobar drilled it.
Well, Escobar has started to swing the bat pretty good here, and I felt when he went on the IL, it's been such a tough season for Eduardo, and he's never affected his glove or his hustle on the field. He's an outstanding base runner as well. And you get away from the game, you have, 4.5 months where you just having a tough year, and you get away from it mentally, you come back, maybe that's what gets you going. And he's swung the bat pretty good since coming off the IL.
And now he's probably going to get a chance to play every day with Beatty's injury. Nito grounds one behind third. Justin Turner will sling it across in time to get Nito, and that retires the side. We played 4 at Citi Field, 2-0 New York. Light up the sky, presented by Toyota. Visit Mets.com/tickets to secure your seats today. So we did a little more digging on the DeGrom streak of retiring leadoff hitters. He gave up a hit to Victor Robles in the 4th inning of his first start this year. Since then, he's retired 30 leadoff hitters in a row. Last 30 innings he's pitched, he's retired the first hitter. That's crazy, Ronnie.
Jeez.
Next month, he'll be the leadoff hitter in the 5th.
Don't give any kids.
He flied out to right his first time up. And he drills one foul.
This was the one hitter I was saying before that I'd be wary of, and this is twice now he's led off an inning. He's red hot, and he is as quick inside as any hitter in baseball.
He had himself a good cut at that first pitch. I had a hunch that DeGrom was going to go to a secondary pitch after that first pitch fastball and the swing.
Muncy, then Justin Turner and Gavin Lux. Let's have the full shift on with McNeil back in the triangle. And changeup misses low and in, 2-1. Now the Dodgers have dominated. They lead the major leagues in runs scored. Oh, and by the way, they've also given up the fewest runs in the majors. There's a good slider, and it's 2-2. Last time a team gave up the fewest runs and scored the most, 2001 Mariners, who won 116 games.
And they just might win 116 games.
Run differential 287.
2-2, and Muncy goes down on strikes. 6 strikeouts now for DeGrom, who's now retired 12 in a row.
DeGrom didn't appreciate how he swung at that first pitch fastball and then pulled the string the rest of that AB, Keith.
This is just really a tough pitch. And a little tight break. That wasn't a big breaker. Doesn't matter. It's coming in with high velocity and it's late and tight. Snaps. It's a tough pitch to hit down and in.
One more sliders second time around in the order for DeGrom. There's Justin Turner. And he takes a fastball away for ball one. By the way, this is the 204th start of DeGrom's career. 17 times in those 204 starts, he has not allowed a hit in the first 4 innings. Hit on the ground and beyond the reach of Lindor and into left field, a base hit.
You're going to catch it on Twitter now. Gary, you're in trouble. They're going to be all over you.
He doesn't care.
I really don't care. You know what that's called? It's called doing our job. As Justin Turner just did his, getting the first hit of the game.
Just out of the reach of Lindor.
Valiant try.
Just out of the mouth of Gary. Into left field, a base hit.
See, I was thinking more if it's another notch in Justin Turner's belt against the Mets.
3 for 24 now.
Right.
Turner off DeGrom.
1 out and 1 on. Here's Gavin Lux, who hit the ball well his first time up. Deep fly ball to left, and he goes around in the half swing with the slider.
Ted Barrett, I tell you what, he had a tough night last night. I tell you, the more and more I see this Gavin Lux, the more and more I like him. That is nope. Ron, I'm sorry.
I'm with you. I'm not close. Not a swing, Keith. I'm on your side.
Thank you.
Be gentle.
Be kind when you speak of me.
Yes.
One to Lux.
This kid is a nice player, boy. I tell you, he's got a bright future. I shouldn't say kid, young man.
He's got a pretty good present. 8th in the National League in batting. Leads the league in triples. And a big night last night with 3 RBIs.
Very crouched.
Grounds it on the left side. Escobar with the flip to Lindor and on to first in the dirt. Too late. So they get the fielder's choice 5-6 to erase Turner for the second out.
Well, you show the speed of Lux here. It's almost like Lindor is turning a double play like a second baseman, and this kid can fly too, can run. It's, it's unusual for Lindor to turn a play like that, turn a double play.
It was also hard on Escobar. He's in the middle there, whether to throw it from the side or to underhand it for the sure out.
But the most important thing is get the lead runner. Make sure you get the lead runner.
Lux at first. 7 steals in 9 tries this year. Gallo at the plate. Grounded out his first time up and goes after a first pitch slider. 0-1. How you been? Nice to see you.
Oh my gosh! Come on, guys.
Just like Hal McRae and Willie Randolph.
Well, let's go to dinner.
And DeGrom with a couple of sliders gets ahead on Gallo 0-2.
He didn't like that slider, Ronnie, but he kept it away.
Can always climb the ladder with Gallo. Anything on his number 12 or higher on his jersey is fine. It's good thinking by Jacob. 0-2 count. Sometimes the runner will go to protect the hitter. If he gets thrown out, Gallo leads off the next inning.
There he goes. And Gallo grounds one foul. So another slider. And Gallo made contact that time, and Lux will come back. Time for your Dave's killer stat. Lowest ERA since the start of 2014, which was DeGrom's rookie year. And only Clayton Kershaw, who will pitch in the series finale tomorrow, has the better one. Gallo tries to hold, and he stopped it in time. 1-2.
Interesting how you got the pine tar up on the label. Remember back in our day, they banned that. You couldn't have pine tar above on the label of your bat. Had to have it below.
That's George Brett.
It's true. Ted Simmons lost a home run in San Diego when he was with the Cardinals. I was there to witness that.
Cody Bellinger would be next. Jacob deGrom this year has walked 3 batters and struck out 52. Gallo pops one up behind second, and Lindor is right there. That retires the side. Dodgers get their first hit, but no runs. We're halfway through at Citi Field, 2-0 New York. Home 5th inning, 2-0 New York. Third time around the batting order for Tyler Anderson. Brandon Nimmo had a base hit to left field in the 3rd. Anderson remembers Nimmo well because when Anderson was pitching for the Rockies a few years ago, Nimmo led off a game at Coors Field with an inside the park home run against Tyler Anderson on an 0-2 pitch of all things. Brandon's now 4 for 10 against this left-hander. Marte, who homered for the only 2 runs of this game, is on deck. Lindor behind him. Sidearm delivery in for a strike. And Brandon has been known for his on-base percentage. It's a little down this year, .354 coming into the night. Free agent at the end of the year. It's going to be fascinating to see how that goes.
Well, I just feel Brandon's an important piece.
Well, there are a lot of important pieces here who are going to be free agents.
And I hear you.
Edwin Diaz.
Well,
yeah.
Back up the truck.
Still 2-0 Braves on the first inning home run by Austin Riley.
Not your truck. Rinks.
And Nimmo
Nice.
takes another one to left field.
Beautiful hitting.
That's twice tonight. He's gone the other way against the left-hander. So another 2-hit game for Nimmo.
Beautiful hitting. Good 2-strike hitting. Stays in. Pounded him in the at bat. Fought off up and in fastball and wasn't intimidated. Stayed right there and went right with it. That is textbook. That's beautiful.
Just a small mistake by Anderson there because Smith was calling for the ball in. That's where it was supposed to be. If you pitch away, it pitches away from the defense. And that's why he got the hit.
So now here's Marte, who homered over the fence in right center in the 3rd. It was only his 2nd home run to the right of center field this season of his 16. And he takes a changeup on the corner for a strike, 0-1.
Didn't he get one in his homestand, Gary? To kind of to central? He hit it off the was
to center, but
yeah, center, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I think he doinked the apple.
Cutter runs inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Usually we save doink for the foul pole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right?
Well,
the apple is more.
You can bruise an apple.
You can bruise it.
That's true.
You can't
You're
bruise
right.
the foul pole.
Discolor the apple too.
Don't drop it. Grounded down to 3rd.
Oh.
Nice play by Turner. Out at 2nd. Lux with the turn, and they double up Marte.
Oh,
Beautifully done by Justin Turner and Gavin Lux.
that is a beautiful around the horn double play. This was no easy chance for Turner. Played the big hop and just showed his athleticism, got up real quick. Nice turn by Lux.
That is the 18th double play that Marte has grounded into this year, up among the league leaders. And that gets Anderson his first 2 outs in the 5th. And now it's Lindor, who has single to right, single to center, and they're still going to shift.
Well, here's the turn by Lux. He's going to take it on the left field side of the bag. And you can't slide through the bag in today's game.
It's no fear.
So it always reminds me that Hal McRae, when he took out Willie Randolph, if you remember that, Gary, and then that was interference.
He that's been mentioned before.
What do you mean? In this broadcast?
Yeah, the one tonight.
Oh, well. I did it again. Well, it's all right.
It's part of your charm, Keith.
No, I just, notice how I'm kind of trying to hide here. Oh,
How's it going?
it happens.
You just snuggle up next to Lindsey, Ralph, and Bob over there.
Well, I can't listen to everything. I got I've got my notes, and you're looking at stats too, and I can't pick up on everything. I pick up on around 98% of what you say, Gary, though.
Maybe you should take notes.
No, I can't do that.
I was terrible at taking notes in college. I bet Ronnie was great at it.
Yeah.
In impeccable handwriting, too. Lindor pops one up in foul ground. Who's going to get it?
Oh,
Smith and Turner, and Smith with a one-hand grab. Justin gave way to Will Smith all the way, but that's a much tougher play for the catcher. Saying, I'm 37. You're 27. You catch it. Side retired. Sixth inning, Cody Bellinger swings and misses at a first pitch curveball from Jacob deGrom. Bellinger struck out his first time up. One of 6 strikeouts for deGrom over the first 5 innings. Jake's given up only 1 hit, walked only 1.
It's very interesting. deGrom got his warm-up pitches done a little early, and then he got the ball and he stood on the mound and did not move. He was just ready to throw that first pitch. Seemed like 30 seconds he was in the same position.
You know what it reminds me of? When he goes out to warm up before a game, he always throws his first toss in the outfield at exactly 6:45, and he'll stand there like a statue, wait for the clock to tick to 6:45, and then throw that first ball. Same thing.
He's locked in.
I mean, you don't want to say he's a mechanical man because he's not, but he is so focused. Mookie Betts on deck, and then Trey Turner in the 6th. And Bellinger goes down on the changeup. 7 strikeouts now for deGrom, 1 out of the 6th. Let's check in with the studio. Eamon McEnany as a game break brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Eamon. It's Kyle Wright going for his 17th win tonight for Atlanta.
Notice it was an opposite field home run on a slider. The Mets gave him fits, and those handled him pretty good. Those 9 games.
Mookie Betts is flied out and struck out, and he drives one to deep left field. That's gone. Mookie Betts crushes one into the lower deck in left field for his 32nd home run of the season and cuts the Mets lead in half. It's 2-1.
That's the second slider that deGrom has hung to Mookie Betts. First at bat, 0-2 pitch, he got it back. This one he did not. Boy, Betts is red hot.
Stayed in nicely.
That's 5 home runs now in his last 5 games.
Well, here's the swing from the backside. Well, nothing wrong with that, is there?
It just passed the guy with the Mookie Betts jersey. Ground ball for Lindor to handle. He waits on it against Turner's speed, but still throws him out early, easily 2 out. So the 32 home runs for Betts matches the total from his MVP season in 2018. Most he's had in a season.
And hanging slider just seems to sit on a tee for hitters, and he did not miss it.
He kept his shoulder in.
Only in our sport can Mookie Betts have more home runs than Pete Alonso.
So 2 out. Here's Freddie Freeman, who has struck out and grounded out, and DeGrom crowds him ball 1. So DeGrom's given up 3 home runs this season. They've all come in the 6th inning. They've all come to the leadoff hitter in the batting order. Dansby Swanson, Ryan McMahon, and now Mookie Betts. Let's check in with Steve.
We see Freddie Freeman right now up against DeGrom, and nobody, guys, has faced DeGrom more than Freddie Freeman. 73 times. That's 21 more than any other batter in Major League Baseball. And I was talking to Freddie about the approach. He said, I still don't really know how to get this guy. He goes, my approach is very simple, that I look on the outer half of the plate, because if I set my eyes there, then hopefully I won't swing at that slider. That being said, even though that's my approach, for some reason that slider looks really good and I end up swinging at it, and then I feel like I can get to the slider, I start looking in, and he blows a fastball right by me. Got to be a pretty good pitcher to befuddle a guy like Freddie Freeman.
That's lined into center field, a base hit. So after throwing him a curveball that Freddie got ahead of, he threw the slider in the middle of the plate, and Freddie lines it into center field for the Dodgers' 3rd hit.
Second slider that has been hit hard in this inning, and it's out over the middle. Now Freddie's got the peculiar swing. It's that slider didn't really break much. No follow through. He's almost got a hockey swing, Freddie. And check the bat angle. You've got to be. It's almost like you're swinging a hockey stick with Freddie, and it just requires such great hand-eye coordination for him to do what he does with that swing he has.
Tying run at first for Will Smith, and a fastball in the corner for a strike. Smith struck out twice tonight against DeGrom, both times on sliders.
Guys, one more quick thing about Freeman versus DeGrom. He said the other thing people don't talk about with Jake is how exhausting it is to face him. Usually, with most pitchers, there are about 10 non-competitive pitches where you don't need to really lock in. So with DeGrom, every single pitch is competitive.
Freeman runs, and Nido can't handle it cleanly, and Freeman steals second base. His 11th stolen base of the year puts the tying run in scoring position.
Well, they came into here with 81 stolen bases, only caught 14 times. 2 stolen pillows today.
A must-have out now for DeGrom, ahead on Will Smith, 0-2. And he fouls back a fastball. Interesting there, because DeGrom's got him twice with sliders.
He has, but I think he wanted to just set him up, Gary. I think he's thrown more fastballs early in the game. He just gave up a home run on a slider, just gave up a base hit on a slider. Might not feel as great about that pitch right now.
0-2 coming, and he crowds him. A changeup that missed, and it's 1-2.
Occasionally you'll fool the umpire. That's what happened there on the changeup to the right-handed hitter.
It's okay, because the first strike call was outside. He got the call. 1-2 to Smith, and he laid off the slider, and it's 2-2.
Nice little battle here.
Next Muncy would be next. Freeman the tying run at second with 2 down. DeGrom about to throw his 80th pitch. He's thrown as many as 95 this year. 2-2 coming. Lifted to right center field, hit well. Back goes Marte. Onto the warning track, he makes the catch. Side retired. Heave aside. DeGrom gets out of the inning with just the 1 run scoring. Betts' home run makes it 2-1 New York. Leaving New York, going back home to play in LA. Duke Snider, great Dodgers star, finished off his career as a Met. Jesse pitched forever, including for the Mets and Dodgers. And, of course, Hall of Famer Mike Piazza. Gil Hodges. What, no Bobby O? Come on. Pete Alonso leads off in the home sixth. Check swing foul ball for strike one. Pete had a base hit to right field his last time up, 1 for 2 tonight against Tyler Anderson, who gave up a 2-run homer to Starling Marte in the third. Has had base runners in every inning but one. He's given up 7 hits over the first 5 innings. But the Mets have not exactly been lighting up the scoreboard over the last couple of weeks.
Hey, the pitching has they're playing better competition.
Backdoor cutter, and Pete swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Final game of the series tomorrow afternoon, a 4 o'clock start. Chris Bassett for the Mets. Clayton Kershaw comes back off the injured list to pitch for the Dodgers. Coverage begins at 3:30 tomorrow in SNY. Alonso Ruff and Canna for the Mets in the 6th against Anderson. And Pete takes up and away, 1-2.
Yeah, they're definitely the Dodgers are attacking Pete upstairs. They feel they've found a spot where they can get him.
Pete is playing the 500th game of his career tonight. Only 2 players have hit more home runs in their first 500 games. Ryan Howard and Aaron Judge. And Judge only had 1 more in his first 500 games. He had 138. Pete's got 137, so he could match that if he were to hit one tonight. Howard hit 153 in his first 500 games.
That's how you get to be Rookie of the Year and MVP early.
Alonso pulls that one down to Justin Turner, who handles it easily. 1 out. Now time for a word from the Home Depot.
Scan the field and read the product review. Check inventory status and place your order easily in the Home Depot app.
1 out in the home 6th. There's Darren Ruff, who's grounded out and flied out 0 for 2. Three on the left side against Ruff. Yeah, that time Anderson rushed his delivery and missed low and away.
Look, pitched it.
He's got a little bit of extra funk to add to the routine funk of his delivery.
Jesus Luzardo does that. Johnny Cueto.
Marcus Stroman.
Yeah.
See, Stroman made his return to Toronto last night. Pitched well, lost. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Ruff. We're in the bottom of the 5th now in Atlanta. Braves 2, Rockies nothing. Brian Feltner gave up that first inning home run, pitching well since. 1-2 coming to Ruff, and he struck him out. Got him with the cutter. That is strikeout number 2 for Anderson. He struck out Marte in the first inning, and that's his first one since.
Boy, 1 pitch, and it could cost Anderson.
Well, that 1 pitch, the 2 runs given up, but the Mets' inability to really score lots of runs, Keith, have put this game in peril. At some point, the bullpen is going to have to be perfect.
Now the question is going to be, A, were the problems that DeGrom had with his slider in the last inning something that's going to haunt him in the next inning? And B, how far can you push him? Can you get him through the 7th? Hasn't gotten through the 7th yet this year.
I'd love to see that. Be a physical as well as a mental hurdle.
And Buck has a rested bullpen to go to, whether it be Ottavino or May, to get to Diaz. Fly ball out to right, and Betts eases over. Side retired. 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Anderson. That sends us on to the 7th. DeGrom back to the mound, leading 2-1. Tonight we're showcasing the lucky winners of the Coors Light Trigger promotion as they get to watch the game from the exclusive Coors Light Silver Seats. Congratulations to our winners.
Careful here, Ron, with this leadoff hitter.
Max Muncy's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flied out and struck out. DeGrom with a 1-run lead into the 7th. Starts him with a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Muncy, then Justin Turner and Gavin Lux against DeGrom, who had some struggles in the last inning. Gave up the home run to Betts, a base hit to Freeman. Now trying to push through the 7th for the first time. He did go 6 2/3 a couple of starts back.
Good eye. Tell you what, they've had some pretty good, not pretty good, good at bats, taking pitches, tough pitches to take off DeGrom.
Now Muncy's got the 2nd lowest chase rate of any hitter in the majors. Changeup misses and it's 3-1, so it's hard to get him to go out of the strike zone. And DeGrom's looking a little frustrated with himself. He's walked 1 tonight, struck out 7, behind a dangerous hitter in Muncy, 3-1. And he pops the inside corner with a fastball. Got a generous call from Nestor Sehan. It's 3-2.
It's the pitch to throw, the double up, because Muncy's seeing that slider too well. Let's see if he does that.
3-2 coming. And he got him looking at the fastball. Came right back to the inside corner and gets Muncy for the 2nd time.
Good call, Ronnie.
8 strikeouts for DeGrom. We'll check in with the studio. Eamon McEnany's got another game break. Let's check in with Eamon. Justin Turner swings and misses at a fastball. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Ronald Acuna has homered in the bottom of the 5th. It's now the Braves 3, the Rockies 0 going to the 6th.
He missed 3 games, didn't he, because of that sore knee?
Yeah. It's going to be a problem on and off the rest of the season. Turner drives 1 to center, chasing Nimmo back to the warning track right at the fence. He made the catch! Oh, wow! The catch of the year from Brandon Nimmo! He took a home run away from Justin Turner!
Wow.
Brandon Nimmo keeps the Mets in front in this game by bringing one back.
Oh, wow.
Well, Indy Chavez was here over the weekend. Brandon Nimmo doing his best Indy impression.
That is the finest catch of his career. Oh, my. What a play. Bravo. Look at his break. He hasn't got time to really look at the wall. Oh, man, what a play.
And he was pumped. So was Jake.
Wow.
It's easy to say most improved center fielder in the game.
Ever.
That is quite a catch.
When they're chanting your name, it's a good day. 2-0 to Lux. DeGrom fortunate there that this game wasn't tied as Nimmo saved him. But he's a little off right now as he tries to finish off this 7th.
That ball would have been out.
Well, Keith, you said it right. There comes a time that you try to time a catch, and there's a time that you have to just flat out go get it. Give it your best shot, and that's what he did.
And Brandon knows he made a dazzling play.
Let's go.
He impressed himself.
I agree.
2-0 to Lux. There's a better slider by DeGrom. 2-1.
Boy, look, he had a long way to go. And just a wonderful catch.
Just had to throw himself into the fence. 2-2 now to Lux.
His reaction, tips his cap. He also was looking at Turner. They had a smile as he came off the field.
Two. Struck him out. DeGrom and Nimmo keep the lead in the 7th. Stunning. In the 3rd, home run by Mookie Betts in the 6th, near home run by Justin Turner, robbed in the 7th. Watch live Mets games, SNY programming, and original content anytime, anywhere, on any device with the SNY app presented by CarShield. Scan the code and download today. Something about opposition third baseman in this ballpark, or the one that we used to play in. Just can't get it out. Jeff McNeil leads off in the home 7th, and he rips one down the right field line, foul. Congratulations to tonight's City Community Home Runs fan of the game, Steven, who as of now has won a Mets autograph and Mets prize pack. Don't forget, receive 25 additional entries by donating $5 or more to No Kid Hungry. Jacob deGrom almost certainly done after 7 innings and 93 pitches. Gave up just 3 hits. 2-1 lead. Sidearm delivery from Anderson is outside, and it's 1-1. Adam Ottavino getting ready to pitch the top of the 8th. Dodgers will have 9-1-2 in the order coming up. Or excuse me, 8-9-1 in the order coming up. Anderson has pitched a fine game in his own right. Threw just 75 pitches to get through 6. Scattering 7 hits. Didn't scatter them enough in the 3rd when Nimmo singled and Marte hit a 2-run homer, and that's the difference.
With 2 outs.
Another sidearm fastball, that's outside, and it's 3-1. It's the narco crew handing out trumpets, anticipating a Diaz entrance and a Timmy trumpet performance. Timmy came back for more tonight. 3-1 coming, and McNeil pops one foul. 3-2. Jeff's been up twice, grounded out to first base both times. Escobar and Nido to follow for the Mets in the 7th. Here's your Spectrum Mobile high-speed hitting. Eduardo Escobar doubled off the fence in left center in the 4th for the hardest hit ball in this game.
Justin Turner doesn't even make the list.
He gets the most earth-shattering result. And McNeil punches one into right, and Betts is right there. 1 out. Connor Rogers and Joe DeMayo examine the Mets offense and discuss how Mark Vientos can help the club if he gets called up when rosters expand. On this week's episode of the Mets Pod, subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Trumpets for everybody.
It's really like makes a sound like a kazoo.
Kazoo, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I was given one the other day.
What?
Yeah, and I gave it to a little kid, but I had to blow it a few times just on general principle.
Of course you did.
You used it and then gave it to the kid?
Did you disinfect it?
Well, I told him to.
Told the kid to disinfect it?
Well, I don't get it. Hey, you want the bugle? You clean it.
Oh boy. Broken bat grounded. That's going to curve fair, and it's grabbed by Turner, and Escobar is out at first.
Oh.
What a strangely hit ball that was. It started out foul, coming off the broken bat of Escobar, and then curled back into fair territory.
He just got jammed here. I'm surprised Turner didn't come for it. I thought he beat it.
He was out.
You think?
Yeah, I'll use out.
Oh yeah, he's out.
Yes, sir. You're right.
So Anderson's retired 7 in a row, keeping his team within range. And now Nido who has flied out and grounded out 0 for 2.
Well, what a fine pitched ball game this is. Two complete opposite styles of pitching, and just fun to watch.
Changeup catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. And Tyler Anderson came into the night with the 6th best ERA in the National League, and he's done nothing to trample that. Fastball strike, and it's 1-2.
There's that darting fastball inside. This young man knows how to pitch.
Grew up in Las Vegas, a big fan of Greg Maddux, another Las Vegan. Nito slams one to deep left field. Back goes Gallo. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. Nito racing for second, and he gets there standing with a 2-out double. Just the 10th extra base hit of the year for Tomas Nido.
Interesting choice now for Dave Roberts. You got Nimmo, who has not only made a great catch, has a changeup. But Nimmo's got 2 hits to left field off of Anderson.
Looks like Jake Reed is up again for the Dodgers.
Reed, who got the save last night, the first of his career, on call again.
Right now, Gary, we were talking earlier about with the injury to Beatty, and I mentioned having 3 catchers. This would be, if you had a 3rd catcher right now, you could pinch run for Nido. That's a big run. That's a big run out there.
You've got Terrence Gore here. You can run for Nido if that's your choice.
2 outs.
My figuring is you got the sidearm of Reed, you got Marte on deck, so that's what Dave Roberts is getting ready for Marte. Doesn't want Anderson to face him again, but he'll leave him in to face Nimmo. And Nimmo hits that sidearm cutter foul. Road Ahead brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. 4 o'clock game tomorrow to close out this series, and then that's of the quote-unquote easiest schedule the rest of the way. Washington, Pittsburgh, Miami, Chicago, Pittsburgh. Those are the next 5 series for the Mets.
To get by Kershaw tomorrow, or his probably 5 innings of work. Anderson is trying to get Nimmo out inside. He's just left the pitches out over.
He got beat to the opposite field twice.
And that fastball catches the corner. And now it's 0-2.
I believe both of Nimmo's hits have been with 2 strikes. And I'm just a little surprised Trey Turner hasn't shifted a little bit left towards his 3rd baseman.
Nido at second with 2 out. Keep in mind the Dodgers have 3 great arms in the outfield. And Nimmo just got a piece of that one. I mean, Nido trying to score from second even with 2 out. It's a challenge with those arms.
Look where Gallo playing, Keith. Almost on the line down the left field. Maybe puts him in a better position. If he's trying to maybe cover that hole in case Nimmo hits a base hit through there, he's going to have a shot to throw Nido out at home. Big gap in left center.
Yes, sir. I do not like giving up that gap.
Oh, 2 from Anderson. Sidearm misses outside. Nido took a big secondary lead that time and had to hop back as that pitch hit the dirt. And Will Smith stopped it.
By the way, that 0-2 pitch to Nimmo that he fought off the pitch prior was a nasty pitch that he got a piece of and able to stay in the at bat.
See, he's throwing him a fastball for a strike from the sidearm position. Will he try to throw a slider from that position just to change it up? That's almost a balk by Tyler Anderson. I don't know what he was doing, pointing down or.
1-2 coming to Nimmo. Sidearm. Fastball misses high. And it's 2-2.
Close, but it was up.
Nimmo has 5 hits in 11 career at-bats against Tyler Anderson, including that inside the park home run at Coors Field. And hanging in on this at-bat after his wonderful catch kept the Mets in the lead. 2-2. And that drops in for strike 3. A changeup that caught the top of the zone. And Nimmo's caught looking to end the inning. That sends us to the 8th, 2-1 New York. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. There's no better time to be in a Cadillac than summer. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. By Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. By Spectrum, switch and save with Spectrum Mobile. Nationwide 5G included. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com. And by your local Honda dealers. 2 years ago today, we lost Tom Terrific. Adam Ottavino on to pitch the 8th inning for New York. Adams' last time out was Saturday against the Rockies. Earned his 2nd save of the year.
2 saves in that Rockies series against his old mate. So there's a Nissan numbers for Ottavino.
Fine numbers.
Joey Gallo is grounded out and popped up tonight, 0 for 2. And takes a slider for a strike. So DeGrom threw 93 pitches over 7 innings. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, a home run. Lowered his ERA to 1.98. And he owes Brandon Nimmo a steak dinner. Good fastball by Ottavino, and it's 1-2. Cody Bellinger on deck. Then Mookie Betts in the 8th. And Gallo takes a slider outside. It's 2-2. Coming up tonight on Geico Sports Night after the postgame show, all the day's baseball. Serena Williams, 2nd round of the Open. Big night there. Just a few steps away. Three on the right side with McNeil back in the triangle against Gallo. 2-2 from Ottavino. And he got it with a slider. Gallo strikes out, 1 out in the 8th.
Look at the shoulder tilt, just peering behind that front glove and shoulder, and then firing that back side and back shoulder to produce the spin on that slider.
So 1 out now. Cody Bellinger has struck out twice against DeGrom. Bellinger's got 2 hits, including a home run, in 7 career at-bats against Ottavino. But when you look at those numbers, you always have to ask, when? Because 3 years ago, Cody Bellinger was a National League MVP, hit 47 home runs.
Could not get him out.
And the 3 seasons since, he's been more of a league average player.
Choking up here this at bat against Ottavino.
Skips that cutter in, and it's 1-1.
Nito is amazing.
Yes.
Picking the one hoppers.
He had to have been a shortstop at some point in his life.
It's amazing.
Or
Never seen anyone like it.
Or a 3rd baseman. Can't picture Nito at short. I can picture him at 3rd with those quick hands in the hot corner.
Here's the choke up for Bellinger.
And Bellinger hits one out to left field. Canna drifts back. He's got room. 2 out.
Choked up and got that off the end.
So 2 out, and here's Betts, who homered for the only Dodger run, a missile into the seats in left field in the 6th.
A hanging slider.
His 32nd career home run, matching his career high from his MVP season with the Red Sox in 18. 1 for 3 with a home run in his career against Ottavino. Betts has now hit 5 home runs in his last 5 games. And a first pitch fastball for a strike on the corner.
These matchups are always the best. He hit a slider for a home run. Ottavino's best pitch is a slider. How does he pitch him? Starts him with a fastball.
Slider goes to the backstop, 1-1. Caleb Ferguson, the left-hander, is up alongside Jake Reed, the sidearmer, in the Dodger bullpen. Mets will have Marte, Lindor, and Alonso coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Ottavino trying to finish off the top of the 8th and set the stage for Edwin Diaz in the 9th. First has got to get through Betts. And Mookie takes a slider for a strike, and it's 1-2. Fastball just missed. 2-2. Trey Turner would be next. And now Edwin will grab a baseball and start to loosen up, just in case Ottavino needs help here in the 8th. 2-2 coming to Betts. Slider bounced foul.
Good ones can foul that pitch off. Just a nasty pitcher's pitch. And Betts fouls it off to live another day. Fielding fastball, Keith. One more paint away.
It's a certain option. That's for sure. We'll see what he goes with.
Two. And he's late on that fastball, but he's able to foul it off. It's 2 tough pitches he's fouled.
Yeah, he was really protecting the plate there. Almost attempts you to come inside with a hard sinker and try to jam him, but boy, the rules always stay away. One swing can tie the ball game.
Well, Ottavino's bread and butter is his slider.
That was not a shakeup. That was, I don't think so. Not that one.
He knows what he wants to pitch.
In agreement with Nito. Now the 2-2. And he comes up and in with a fastball, and it's a full count to Betts.
Well, the smart play there was to try to paint with the 2-2 fastball, because it always gives you the option of the 3-2 slider.
Rookie is such a tough out right now.
Oh, man.
Got him! Ottavino strikes out Betts with a slider. A 1-2-3-8 for Adam Ottavino with a couple of punch outs. Big time work. As the Mets head into the final stretch, get all the latest updates from our baseball insiders on Baseball Night in New York, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers, weeknights at 6 p.m. only on SNY. Well, last night was a magical night for former Met Jake Reed, who got his first major league save protecting a 1-run lead. Now he comes in with his team a run behind in the 8th.
Can he keep the fairy tale going here at Citi Field?
His was one of the most openly emotional reactions we've seen all year when he was able to nail it down last night. Starling Marte has accounted for the 2 net runs tonight with a 2-run homer off Tyler Anderson in the third. Anderson went 7, allowed 2 runs, 8 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, that 1 home run. Marte, then Lindor and Alonso as the Mets look to get some breathing room for Edwin Diaz before he takes on Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith in the ninth. And Marte chops one on the right side. Lux hurries in and throws out Marte, 1 away. Edwin is here. Timmy Trumpet is here. Fans have their miniature kazoo trumpets. Although if it makes a kazoo sound, I would think that would blunt Timmy's clear, racing solo.
When he played "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" last night, it was overpowering.
Yeah, it was nice, very nice,
Beautiful.
Like the way he finished it
with a flourish. As Lindor is 2 for 3 tonight, bats left-handed for the first time. And he nearly got hit by that fastball. Last night, Reed gave up a leadoff hit to Escobar in the ninth, but then the big at bat, he got Vogelback to chase one out of the strike zone and ground into a double play, and that gave Reed the opening he needed to earn the save in a 4-3 Dodger win. When we are done here, don't forget to keep it tuned to SNY for PointsBet postgame live. All the interviews, all the highlights, all the analysis, all the exultation, all the remembrances. Where were you when Brandon Nimmo robbed Justin Turner of a home run? 1-1 to Lindor. He fouls back a high fastball, and it's 1-2.
It was the last day of August.
No. That's right. Tomorrow is the final month. Well, not the final month, really. The season ends on the 4th or 5th of October.
5th, I believe.
Yeah, Wednesday.
You know, if something big happens on Saturday, you'll be able to say, it was the 3rd of September.
There you go.
A day I always remember.
Nice.
Sharply and one hop, snagged by Trey Turner, and he throws out Lindor, 2 out.
Well, we've mentioned the defense of this Dodger team. Everybody talks about the offense, but they're solid defensively. Nice.
71 defensive runs saved, second best in the major leagues behind the Yankees. So here's Alonso. Pete's 1 for 3 tonight, had an opposite field single in the third.
Pete with that Lions Roar walk-up song. Or a polar bear roar.
Alonso lifts one to right center, and Betts is there. So Reed works a 1-2-3 inning. And now Timmy Trumpet takes center stage as Edwin Diaz gets ready to come in looking for a save.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
Well, until last night, the Australian Timmy Trumpet had never attended a baseball game. Now he will get his first view of an Edwin Diaz save opportunity. 28 saves this year for Edwin. Last one was against the Rockies, protecting a one-run win. And to work around a double in the ninth inning of that game. And he'll try and protect a one-run lead against one of the best batting orders in baseball, with Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith coming up. And Trey takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. Turner tonight 0 for 2 and a walk. Jacob deGrom went 7. Adam Ottavino a 1-2-3/8. And now Diaz. And he's head on Turner 0-2 with a pair of sliders. Trey's 0 for 6 in his career against Diaz. Struck him out. 3 sliders, sit down. 1 out of the ninth.
Each one got better. One for a strike, one a little change of pace, and the last one almost perfection.
You think he's a little extra pumped up with his buddy Timmy Trumpet in the house?
He's been pumped up all season long.
Now Freddie Freeman 1 for 3. He's got a home run in 6 career at-bats against Diaz. Everybody in this place has been standing from the moment the first bars of Narco came across the PA. And Freeman takes a slider for a strike, and it's 1-1. Two balls and a strike. And last strikeout of Turner, the 100th strikeout of the season. 2-1. Slider hit on the ground into the shift. McNeil is there. Low throw handled by Alonso. 2 out. And thus the Dodgers are down to their final out, with the dangerous Will Smith coming up.
Oh, the helmet came off. Freeman hit him in the back heel.
What a game. Smith is 0 for 3, struck out twice and flied out. And the first one non-competitive, ball 1. Will Smith's first ever at bat against Edwin Diaz. Dodgers have had just 3 hits tonight. And Smith hits one on the ground. Escobar's got it. Spins and fires, and the ball game is over. Edwin Diaz makes Timmy Trumpet proud. He saves it for Jacob deGrom. A game-saving catch by Brandon Nimmo. A 2-run homer for starting Marte. And the Mets have evened up the series with the Dodgers with a scintillating 2-1 win.
Keith, what a beauty of a ball game, right? To see 2 pitchers go at it, 2 different styles, both equally effective. The big play by Nimmo, and just enough offense to get by.
Well, I tell you what, I always love a well-pitched ball game, a pitcher's duel, and this certainly was it. Mets out hit the Dodgers 8-3. All the runs via the home run. DeGrom with another win goes 4-1.
DeGrom through 6 starts, a 1.98 ERA. Nimmo had something to do with that, robbing Justin Turner of a home run with the catch of the season. And then after DeGrom's work was done, Ottavino and Diaz went perfectly through the last 2 innings to hand Tyler Anderson just his 3rd loss against 13 wins. 2 hours and 19 minutes, second fastest game of the year. A brilliantly played game on both sides as the Mets win it 2-1. 3-3 with the Dodgers now, with 1 more game left to play tomorrow in the season series. For every Mets win, the Amazing Mets Foundation is proud to contribute $2,500 to Northwell Health and the Cast Institute for Women's Health. For more information, visit northwell.edu/cats. With tonight's win, the total contribution so far this season is $207,500. Edwin Diaz, save number 29. As the Mets get even with the Dodgers. What a series this has been so far as the teams have traded 1-run wins. Rubber game tomorrow. More coming up from Citi Field in just a moment.